Hey, members. So, today I wanted to talk about something that is applicable to all of us. Whether you are healthy and you're here because you want to make sure that you stay healthy, so you're checking in and vetting, the information to make sure you're doing everything you can, or whether you've come here because you don't feel like you have your better health and maybe you need help and you're trying to figure out what you need to be doing so that you can get better health, and then you're going to want to also keep it. We're all on the same mission, and that is to get and keep better health. But there's a disease that's affecting all of us, no matter what our current health status is. What I'm talking about is something that I've come to call infobesity. That's right. So, if obesity is the disease of too much fat, infobesity is the disease of too much information. And here's the thing, just like fat, information, well, it's essential for us. It helps guide us, it helps us understand things, it's useful, it's helpful, and it's healthful. However, just like fat, too much information, it weighs us down. It can actually put an undue burden on all of our body. It makes it uncomfortable for us, it's irritating, it's frustrating, and it actually, too much fat and too much information is interfering with the normal, better functioning of our body. So, what we have to do today is we have to stop infobesity. The good news is that in all of my years of working with individuals, I've put together a plan. It's a 3-step plan to help you take on your infobesity. And really, I've put all of the tools here for you in this membership. It's really what it was created for. Because the reality is I know that you don't need more information. You have been seeking information, you continue to get information sent to you whether or not you're seeking it. But the reality is we need to help you turn that information into results. And here's how we're going to do it. So, the first part of the plan that we want to focus on is understanding that there is no you in information, but you bet that there is a you in nutrition. And one of the things that I always focus on with my patients, and I want to share with you, and what my site is designed to help me help you do, is to figure out who you are right now. That's going to be the most important. While it's helpful for us to know who you've been in the past, that's part of your story, we need to know who you are right now from a health standpoint, and that's going to help us figure out how we reach your health goals. So, one of the things that I've done with the site, and you can see that it's newly redone, and is that I've included in there evaluation forms. I've always had the nutrition plan, and I've had a one-pager that shows you how you can do it. But now we actually have the nutrition log on there. So I want you to fill that out for 3 days to figure out what you're having, when you're having it. And remember, we're also including supplements. And it helps us understand who you are right now in terms of your sleep, in terms of your activity, what's working for you and what maybe do you need some help with. I've also created some evaluations, and over the course of the next month, you'll see that we're adding more of the evaluations on there. And those are all free for you. So I totally recommend that you do these and then that you consistently evaluate, especially if you have any health changes. But one of the key evaluations that's free to you as a member is to get your supplements evaluated so that I can help you understand your total nutrition. So please check that out. That's under the nutrition advice section. So the second thing is to focus on when we start after moving into the you in nutrition, we get to the fact that too much of anything is just too much. So, less is always going to be more. Less toxins, less food, less alcohol, these sorts of things. But the real less that I'm talking about here is less information. That's right. We have to vet the information, even the really great quality information. So, for example, I do nutrition lessons all the time. I have, each week I'm bringing new information. I'm also bringing new information by blogs. I'm doing these Facebook Lives and all this stuff. It's not all directly targeted for you. And so we have to help you figure out where to go for your specific information that's targeted to you. So one of the things that you can do, and that's why the evaluations are so helpful, it's going to help us figure out what are the things that you need to work on. And what we want to do is we want to figure out, so for example, let's say that you're really good at the quantity of what you're taking in, but you know what, you're not so great with nutrient balance. So then what I want you to do is I want you to check out the pit stops on my website that are all uniquely designed to help you get better nutrition by way of better nutrient balance. You might also want to watch my webinar, which specifically talks about nutrient balance, right? So I have tools on here that are specifically designed to what it is you need to work on. Same thing if you're a menopausal woman, then listen to my stuff on menopausal women, but probably don't need to pay attention to the stuff I'm talking about for prostate health. And the final piece of how we help you have less information is I'm here for you to ask questions to. So when you send in your questions and I answer those, well, that's hyper targeted. That's the information that I want you to have more of. And outside of here, I think it's really important. One of the reasons I put so much information in my membership is I want you to feel like you can do less of Dr. Google or less of, sort of inquiring. I mean, I do some of the TV shows, but you don't need to watch all of those. You get to connect with me here, right? Or maybe less of the nutrition stuff in the magazines. Maybe you want to read more about meditation or more about the fitness side or some of the other pieces. So we really want to remember less is more on that part. So, and then the final piece that we want to think about is actions speak louder than words. So, what I want you to pay attention to is thinking about how you can translate any information into actions. And that's one of the things that I focused on my website on, and I always focus my patient work on. And so, if you are in need of this, you can certainly sign up for an individual consult. You get a discount because you're a member. But hopefully, the site's going to give you a lot of that. Are the what I call implementation strategies. So when I write blogs, I always focus on the how you can do something. One of the reasons that I make my AKA Personal Shopper available to members exclusively is so that you can see what brands specifically. And I also do in the partners and offers section now, I actually have discounts for you on those brands and products so that I can direct you specifically to show you what to incorporate in so that you don't have to do all of that work. And then in addition, whether it's the pit stops or whether it's my blogs or whether it's the Ashley's notes that are really quick, they're packed with advice on actually how to make something happen. So I'm not just going to tell you what gluten-free is. I want to show you how you can be gluten-free if you're choosing to, and I'm not going to just tell you that you may need more magnesium. I've got an evaluation on there to help you figure out if you need more magnesium. And then I'm going to give you recommendations for how to incorporate more magnesium, whether it's by food or whether it's from a supplemental standpoint. So I hope you'll check out and make your way through all the different resources that I have on the new site. And the real thing is, together, we need to tackle all of our infobesity. We can actually collectively help each other by helping to reduce the amount of information and really focus on the strategies. For example, you see I'm in another hotel room, right? And so one of the things that I'm doing is I just made my Natural Calm, which is the magnesium. I put it in water and I sip on that before bed. I put on my sleep bracelet and I crawl into bed. I do like to do a couple rounds of breathing, so I'm going to close tonight with that. One of the things that I do is I inhale for 4 through my nose, hold it for 7 seconds, and breathe out for 9 seconds. So it's like this. And I actually do 10 rounds of that because that, like my magnesium, is actually shifting my body from a fight or flight response, from that stressed out stage, to that relaxation. And that's immediate. So those are the kinds of things that we want to do. I don't need to tell you a whole bunch of information. I need to help you feel calm. That's what I do to feel calm. That's how I get into bed. So you know what? It's my bedtime now. And I would love to say thank you so much for being a member. And I look forward to getting more of your comments so that I can keep helping you simplify better nutrition and stop infobesity.